Welcome, family and friends. I'm so glad you're here with me today. Every Monday, we come together to plant something in our spirit before the week gets going. A seed of truth, a seed of wisdom, something that's going to grow in you and carry you through whatever this week brings. So however you found your way here today, I want you to know you're welcome, you're loved, and what we're about to talk about is for you. Pain ignored always grows deeper. Proverbs 4:23 says, "Keep thy heart with all diligence, for out of it are the issues of life." Out of it. Not out of your circumstances, not out of your bank account, not out of what somebody did to you last year, out of your heart. Everything you do, everything you say, everything you become in this life flows from what's happening in that heart. So if there is pain sitting in there, pain you've never named, pain you've never faced, pain you've just learned to live around, it is not staying quiet. It is not staying still. It is growing. I want to say that again because I need you to hear it. It is growing. Pain isn't like dust you can sweep under a rug and forget about. Pain is a seed. And seeds don't disappear. When you ignore them, they take root. Whether it's emotional pain, financial pain, spiritual pain, or physical pain, what we refuse to deal with doesn't go away. It grows, and it grows until it touches every single area of our lives. Let's walk through this together, because I believe every one of us has at least one of these seeds buried somewhere. We ignore our health until the doctor gives us bad news. How many of us have felt something in our body that wasn't right, and instead of dealing with it, we just kept moving? We told ourselves we were too busy. We told ourselves it would pass. We told ourselves we'd deal with it later, and later turned into months. And then one day we're sitting in a doctor's office hearing words we never wanted to hear, and we think, how did I get here? You got here the same way anybody gets anywhere, one ignored seed at a time. The appointment you didn't make, the symptom you explained away, the rest you refused to take because you thought slowing down was weakness. That's not a health crisis that came out of nowhere. That's a harvest. That's a seed you planted a long time ago that finally grew into something you couldn't ignore anymore. We ignore our finances until we're drowning in debt. This one hits close to home for a lot of us. We don't look at the statement. We don't open the app. We swipe the card and tell ourselves we'll figure it out next month. We avoid the conversation about the budget because it feels like confrontation. But money doesn't wait on your feelings. Interest doesn't pause because you're not ready to look at it. Every bill you ignore, every warning sign you brush past is a seed. And it grows in the dark just as fast as it grows in the light, maybe faster, because nobody's watching it. Then one day you're not just behind, you're buried. And it feels sudden. It wasn't sudden. It was seeds you'd been planting for years. We ignore our marriage until communication breaks down. This is one of the hardest ones, because it doesn't happen all at once. It happens in the small moments. The conversation you avoided because you didn't want to argue. The hurt feeling you swallowed instead of speaking. The distance that crept in. Two people can live in the same house, sleep in the same bed, and still be planting seeds of silence every single day. And silence is not neutral. Silence is a seed too. Disconnection, if it's left alone long enough, grows into something that feels impossible to repair, when the truth is it could have been pulled up as a small weed. We ignore our relationship with God until we feel empty. I want to be honest with you here because I've lived this one myself. There were seasons where I let the busyness of building, the busyness of working, the busyness of just surviving crowd out my time with God. I told myself prayer could wait. I told myself I'd get back to the word when things slowed down. Things never slowed down because I never made them slow down. And what happens when you keep ignoring that seed? You wake up one day and everything feels hollow. That emptiness isn't random. That's a harvest too. We ignore emotional wounds until they begin to affect how we think, speak, and live. This might be the most dangerous one of all because it's the one that hides the best. You can carry a wound from 10, 20, 30 years ago and never once say it out loud, and it will still shape how you show up in every relationship you have. It'll shape how quick you are to anger. It'll shape how hard it is for you to trust. It'll shape the walls you build without even realizing you're building them. Unhealed pain doesn't stay in the past. It doesn't have the decency to stay where it happened. It follows you into your marriage, into your parenting, into your friendships. So here's what I want to leave planted in your spirit today. The seeds you ignore today become the harvest you must face tomorrow. That's not a punishment. That's not God being harsh with you. That's just how seeds work. Every seed you plant is going to grow into something eventually. Nothing stays buried forever. What you don't deal with today, you will deal with tomorrow. This isn't about shame. This isn't about looking at your life and feeling condemned. This is about recognizing today, right now, that you have the power to go pull up those seeds while they're still small. I want you to sit with 3 questions today. Don't rush past them. 1, what pain have I been pretending doesn't exist? What conversation have I been avoiding? 3, what area of my life needs healing instead of hiding? Sit with those, let them work on you, because the moment you can answer those honestly is the moment you start taking your power back from that pain. Don't wait until the harvest is full of weeds. Pull them up while they're still small. It is so much easier to have one honest conversation than to try to repair years of silence. It is so much easier to make one appointment than to face a diagnosis you could have caught early. It is so much easier to look at one bill than to dig yourself out of a mountain of debt. Healing begins the moment you stop hiding your pain and start facing it with faith, wisdom, and the right support. You just have to start. Plant the right seed today. Face what you've been avoiding, and trust that the harvest that comes from facing your pain will always be better than the harvest that comes from hiding it. If God is not in it, we are not doing it. And if today's word stirred something in you, I've put together a tool to help you work through it. The Harvest Blueprint Workbook, Hey Shown, Don't Get Emotionally Attached to Things. It's a fillable stewardship worksheet. It'll walk you through the needs versus wants breakdown, a stewardship check, and a subscription audit to find the money quietly leaking out of your life. You can fill it right on your phone, no printer needed. Grab it at yafarm.gumroad.com. Thank you for being here. God bless.